Hi everybody, it's Bonkai922 here. It's Thursday, well I should say it's Friday. For some reason, the anime website I usually watch the episodes on, it's very slow with the episodes coming on there. Anime Fushishi, I think it's called. But anyway, yeah, it was very slow. I didn't get the episode right off the bat, so I went to a different website, found it. Binbou Gami Episode 4. This episode, I'm noticing with these episodes of this show, the trend, if you will. It seems to me that two things happen in these episodes. You've got the comedy, ridiculous comedy side of the episode, the zaniness of the episode, and then you've got the sentimental part of the episode. So in other words, like you got Momoji jumping in and Sakura there, and they fucking fight and go, just crazy shit going down. And then you've got the part where it's very serious and very sentimental. I mean, last week we saw, the whole thing with that kid and his younger brother, and Sakura came ahead and saved him. Now in this episode, this one was called He Shrank, or It Shrank. He Shrank. Basically what happens is we see in the beginning of the episode Momoji and that priest. That priest is so stupid. He's just like, first of all, he's bald. I'm not being racist here, but he's black. He's a priest. And I'm like, so out of the ordinary, And his name's Bobby. Bobby? This show has been weird from the get-go, and it's just so ridiculous. Anyway, moving right along. He sees her, Momoji, she's fishing, and he's like, and he tells her, oh, I don't consider you a woman because you're flat-chested. You have to have, and he's like, and then she says to the teddy bear, got a spear, he's right here. And then the teddy bear is behind her, and he's holding this spear, the Lance of Longinus from Evangelion. I'm like, what? No. It gets worse. Oh my god, it gets really funny then. So then basically she's fishing. She's fishing for something. He thinks it's a fish that she's fishing for, and he's like saying to her, oh, he's saying to her, he's saying to her, no fish in his lake is edible. So she's like, no, I'm not. I'm trying to fish my device, one of the misfortune devices that she uses against Sakura, Ichiko. So she fishes, and she catches something, and we don't see it first, and it's just thrown in the air, and all we see this guy who's like a dog guy. He's got ears and everything. He's like, Momoji-sama! And he falls down. And we find out that his name is Momo. Or Momu. I believe it's Momu. I'm not 100% sure. But just moving right along. She says, oh, that I'm really glad. She's like saying, I'm really glad you returned. And here's the thing. She's saying, like, he's a masochist. He likes feeling pain from her. It was so stupid. Oh my god. So she starts like doing things to him, being masochist. It's like the priest is there and he's like totally like, what is going on? So she tells him that she has a job for him, Momu. And basically, she briefly states, she then decides to pour down his throat hot, boiling water. We don't know why she's doing this. It's all to change him. Guess what happens? He starts turning into a Super Saiyan as a dog, and I'm like, what? No. And then what you see? You see Momoji She's dressed up as Master Roshi. And she's like sitting on a turtle. Oh my god. And the priest, he's wearing Goku's outfit. I was dying when I saw that. I was like, what the fuck? They are making so many good parodies in this show. It's just so freaking funny. So, and then we finally, and then she's like, oh, finally we'll get to see his final form. And she's got this getup on. She's dressed like the girl. She's dressed like Princess Mononoke from Princess Mononoke. No joking around. She had the mask on and the fur and everything. And I was like, what the fuck? And she's like saying to the priest that, oh, this dog is a dog god. And, it's known that these dogs, for their masters, would spread calamity around the land. So forth. And he turns into this white little dog. And basically now, basically what's going down now is she's telling him, you go, to Sakura Ichiko and bring her misfortune and stuff. So, finally we get to see Ichiko, and the dog is Momo. I'm not going to call him Momo, because, I don't want to call him Momo, because it's kind of weird. Momu, whatever. He, is sitting in a box, and he's got the puppy dog eyes to her, and he's trying to tempt her and saying, come on, take me, yeah, come on, take me so I can trade your fortunes. She walks right past him. Like totally ignoring him. And then, we see, basically what happens after that is, the manager's there of the apartment says, oh, if you're going to bring the dog here, pets, make sure to put a leash on him. And she's like, what are you talking about? And she sees the dog going, oh, and stuff. She's like, yeah, sucker, bring me in. So he's like saying, oh, bring me in, you sucker. Like a sucker, So he gets to the house, to the apartment, and it's a filthy mess. Oh man, it's so bad in there. Just terrible, terrible, terrible. It's like, forget about it. It's just garbage all over the place, dishes piled high. It's, nasty. So he attempts then, at that point, the dog, to try to take her misfortune. He has a gadget too, like Momoji. And his gadget is these teeth that he puts in his mouth. And it's got like really razor sharp teeth. They're almost like metal teeth. And if he attacks her, he'll be able to absorb or take in her fortune. So he does several attempts, and it's totally in vain. It's like total bullshit. It's like not even a chance to get her energy. He gets chili powder in his face, and pots falling on his head, and he's like knocked down. She's like, well, don't die, and so on and so forth. And then we get, he then at that point is observing her very intently, Momu, while she's going to school. And even when she's falling asleep, he tries to attempt to attack her. She hits him in her sleep and just fucking takes him down completely. And, later on, he's still observing her, pretty much observing her as she's going to school, and she realizes that she's loved by guys, hated by the girls, and so on and so forth. Now, this is the part of the episode where things turn differently. Momu observes her when she takes in a package, and she's smiling, and she's very happy and everything, not to her persona. So the dog Momu is intrigued, and he wants to find out what made her feel that way. And he sees it's the letters from the butler, Sawano. So he's trying to figure out, that this is the person that Sakura Ichiko feels very happiness thoughts to, that treats good, really good, that has these different feelings for, and he's saying, like, why can't she have these feelings to everybody else? So what ends on happening is, after reading it and everything else, he decides to use this device called the Doll of Misfortune, and all you have to do is pull out this nail, and the curse activates. What ends on happening is, during the tussle, you can see that takes him, the dog, and pushes him into her chest, so he's like suffocating, and what ends on happening after that happens is the box fell down because of the curse from the doll. And she leaves in a huff to go to school. She told these girls who are cleaners to come in and clean the house. And she said, oh, anything that's on my desk, don't throw out. Well, the box was on the floor because of the tussle with the doll and everything, the curse. So, because of that, they took the box and threw it out. And when she came home, she was in a rough huff because of the box. And she was really upset about it, totally frantic. And she goes out and hunts in a landfill for the box of his letters and everything. And when he's staring at her, looking for it, and looking for it, and she spends the whole night in a landfill looking for this box with the letters in it from their butler. Unbelievable. And then finally she can't find it. Still in the morning, the dog comes in and he's like, he can't believe it. Momo. So he decides to go in there and he finds the box and he gets to her, and she starts crying and crying for it, and she's found it, and I think Momo says, oh, all I see is a little kid crying. That's basically what he said, and he's trying to think to himself, who is the real Sakura Momoji? That's pretty much the emphasis he's bringing in on this. So then, she hugs him, the dog, Momo, and they go back home, and she gets undressed to go take a bath. And then she brings the dog, and before that, he has a conversation with Momoji, and, he's explaining to Momoji that, she's not all that she seems. That this person can have signs of goodness in her. She can turn for a better. And she then takes Momo, and even though Momo's telling himself, he's talking to himself, saying, just don't think this changes anything. Just because you being nice to me, I'm still gonna drain your fortune. He takes him and rubs him down, with soap and everything, and he's getting aroused, and he transforms back to his original form, and she goes nuts, Sakura. She goes fucking nuts. And she fucking just annihilates her. She rips out the fucking bathtub and just beat the shit out of him. And after that happens, the priest comes in, Bobby Priest. It was just insane. The ending was so zany. And then she throws Momu, the dog, at the priest. He gets flying. And then Momoji comes in and he throws both over. Get your guns! Get out of here! And they get thrown out. And then we have Bobby saying, I'm human! I'm not a god. And that's pretty much what happened. This one definitely gets 4.5 out of 5. No question. I would give it a 5, but next week's going to be 5. Next week's really good. Sakura, she gets turned into a little kid. Yeah! 4.5 out of 5. This one was just this is the theorem. This is, I want to say theorem or like trying to think word. The criteria of an episode of Binbou Gami. You have comedy, zany comedy and comedy in it, and then you have a serious emotional moment. Each episode is like that. Last week's was like that. This week's is like that. So each episode is like that. This is just a funny ass show though. It's just so ridiculous. Each episode is just so freaking good and zany as hell. So yeah, pretty good damn episode. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys for today. Nothing I get to later today will be the fairy tales reviews and XL World and Campione and that other one. That's all I really got for you guys. From Bonkai 922. What else do I have to report? Oh yeah, next week. Before I go offline with this video and not to get off too much of the topic. Versus votes. I will calculate them probably Monday. And Tuesday I will do a video, 2 videos. 2. Explaining what's going to go down in the coming weeks. So, in the coming of that week. Okay? So, Bonkai 922. See you guys later.